And India is celebrating 74th Independence Day today. Prime Minister Modi will be paying his tributes at Rajghat shortly. Soon after that, the Prime Minister will also go to the Red Fort, where he will address the nation. Now, this address, an all-important address that comes in the midst of a pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic, a border standoff with China, and a slew of reforms by the government as well under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Now, the scene at the Red Fort, however, will not be the same as previous years because of the pandemic and the norms that are in place. The number of guests have been brought down to only 250. No children will also be allowed into the Red Fort as well. In fact, on the eve of Independence Day, Times Network's Pradeep Datta spoke to the DG of Border Security Forces, who assured that the border is being well protected by the security forces. He also, in fact, had a strong message for Pakistan. Listen in.
देखिए, इंडियन सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस बहुत ही एफिशिएंट और बहुत ही ताकतवर हैं। हर तरीके से उनकी ताकत हमेशा बढ़ती रहती है, ट्रेनिंग की, इक्विपमेंट की, और हम पूरा का पूरा विश्वास दिलाते हैं कि देश के सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस देश के बॉर्डर्स को बिल्कुल प्रोटेक्ट रखने में पूरे कामयाब हैं और कामयाब रहेंगे।
What will be your message to Pakistan, because often on their ceasefire violation there seems to be no end to the fighting from their side? What will be your message to the neighbor?
Message to the neighbor is they should not disturb us, otherwise they will face it.
Well, that, of course, is what the DG of Border Security Forces had to say on the eve of Independence Day. In fact, it is not going to be the same this time round like previous years. There's going to be only 250 guests who will be allowed to enter the Red Fort. And of course, this because of the coronavirus pandemic, and it's going to be a much more muted celebration this time round. There will be no children either that will be allowed into the Red Fort, and this is also something that happens every year. But in fact, this year it's going to be very different as well. But the Prime Minister's speech will be at the Red Fort shortly. That is also set to begin shortly. Before that, the Prime Minister will also pay tribute at Rajghat. Of course, the security is also extremely tight at Red Fort as well. Strong security in place, and the India flag also will be unfurled at the Red Fort. So all of that lined up ahead as far as Independence Day celebrations are concerned. While the celebrations itself may be muted, the Independence Day spirit has not gone anywhere. Those, of course, are the visuals there coming to you from Delhi at this point in time. And we'll, of course, be tracking all the developments and all the events as far as the Independence Day is concerned. Prime Minister's speech is likely to happen shortly at the Red Fort as well. Before that, he will be paying tribute to Rajghat. Remember, this speech of the Prime Minister is going to be extremely important. But since it comes amidst a pandemic, it is also amidst the border standoff with China, as well as a number of reforms that the government has also undertaken under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Let's also listen in to Rajnath Singh.
स्वतंत्रता दिवस के अवसर पर मैं समस्त देशवासियों को अपनी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं, और मैं यही सभी से ये अपील करना चाहता हूं, सच्ची आज़ादी हमारे लिए वही होगी जिस दिन भारत पूरी तरह से एक आत्मनिर्भर राष्ट्र बन जाएगा। इसलिए भारत को पूरी तरह से आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के लिए हम सबको आज संकल्प लेने की आवश्यकता है।
In fact, on the eve of Independence Day, the President of India also approved gallantry awards for defense personnel, gallantry award for 3 army men, and 1 wing commander from the Indian Air Force has been approved. The Sena Medal for 60 army personnel also has been approved, and now Sena Medal for 4 Bravehearts from the Indian Navy approved as well. So that, of course, gallantry awards have been approved for on the eve of Independence Day. But like I was pointing out, this is going to be an extremely important address from the Prime Minister. It's, of course, as far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, this is going to be his seventh Independence Day speech, Rick, seventh consecutive Independence Day speech, and it comes amidst the coronavirus pandemic that we have been battling for the last several months. Remember, there are all of these norms in place, distancing norms that are extremely crucial to maintain, so the entire celebratory mood, the celebrations of Independence Day are going to be very different from the last time round and from previous years. In fact, other than that, aside from coronavirus, that's not the only thing. We've also got the border standoff with China as well, and multiple reforms also that have been undertaken by the government recently. So all of these points, this is where the Prime Minister's speech comes in the midst of at this point in time. The number of guests, in fact, have been brought down only to 250, which is a big departure from what we used to see otherwise, where there were a huge number of people who would be a part of the Red Fort celebrations. In fact, let's cut across now. The events have started.